The return of Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns, a new era in WWE. Welcome to Wrestling News CC, where we bring you the biggest moments, shocking returns, and unexpected twists that shape the world of WWE. But tonight, we're about to dive deep into the chaos that unfolded at Backlash 2025, a night where history was rewritten, rivalries were turned on their heads, and the WWE Universe was left gasping for air. It was supposed to be a night to remember, a showcase of champions and rising stars, a celebration of the future of WWE. But no one could have predicted the madness that would take over Lyon, France, that evening. And at the center of it all, a man fans thought they would never see again, Dean Ambrose. But tonight, it wasn't Dean Ambrose. Tonight, he came back as Jon Moxley. And what he did changed everything. But hold on tight, because this story doesn't stop there. Jon Moxley didn't come back alone. No, he came back with Roman Reigns. The man who had been out of the spotlight for months, allowing others like Seth Rollins to take center stage. But when Reigns returned, he didn't just come back for a title shot. He came back for something much bigger. And together with Moxley, they sent a message to the entire WWE Universe: nothing will ever be the same again. In this video, we'll break down everything that went down at Backlash 2025. We'll explore the chaos that followed Seth Rollins' victory over Drew McIntyre, the unexpected return of Moxley, the shocking re-emergence of Roman Reigns, and what this means for the future of WWE. The road to Backlash 2025. The build-up to Backlash 2025 had already been filled with drama. Seth Rollins had been at the forefront of WWE, defending his World Heavyweight Championship with a level of tactical brilliance that made him the perfect face of the company. His reign had been dominant, and he had secured his position with the help of Paul Heyman, who, after the shocking departure of Roman Reigns, had aligned himself with Seth, guiding him like a puppet master from the shadows. For months, fans speculated about Roman Reigns' return. The tribal chief, who had once held the WWE Universe in the palm of his hand, had been conspicuously absent since WrestleMania. Roman Reigns wasn't just a champion, he was the embodiment of the WWE's power structure. When he disappeared, so did the focal point of WWE. But the fans knew better. No one truly believed that Reigns was gone for good. Power, in WWE, is always temporary. And Seth Rollins, despite his impressive reign, was only the latest chapter in an ever-evolving story. As Backlash 2025 approached, the focus shifted to the highly anticipated main event. Seth Rollins, the reigning World Heavyweight Champion, was set to face the dangerous and calculating Drew McIntyre. The match promised to be a brutal contest between two of WWE's biggest heavyweights, Rollins, the cerebral champion, and McIntyre, the relentless challenger who had come close to capturing the gold on several occasions. As the night progressed, the entire WWE Universe braced for the inevitable clash between the two. Fans filled the arena in Lyon, anticipating what would surely be a classic battle. But no one could have predicted how it would end, or rather, how it would begin. The main event, Seth Rollins vs. Drew McIntyre. The Backlash 2025 main event was a spectacle. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre fought with everything they had. It was a back-and-forth contest filled with near falls, high-impact moves, and shocking moments that left the crowd on their feet. Rollins, ever the tactician, used his quickness and precision to stay one step ahead of McIntyre. But McIntyre wasn't going to go down without a fight. Every time Rollins seemed to gain an advantage, McIntyre would answer with brutal force, wearing Rollins down. After what felt like an eternity of near falls and heart-stopping moments, Seth Rollins finally managed to hit the curb stomp, driving McIntyre's head into the mat. The crowd erupted as Rollins went for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins had successfully defended his World Heavyweight Championship. The arena exploded in celebration. Confetti rained down, and Rollins stood tall, his arm raised in victory. It seemed like the night was over, and WWE had a clear direction moving forward. Seth Rollins was still the face of WWE. But that celebration was short-lived. The arena lights flickered. The music stopped. The crowd's cheers turned to confused murmurs. A sense of unease swept over the arena. Suddenly, the lights went completely black. A chilling silence enveloped the crowd. The air was thick with anticipation, as fans waited for what would happen next. Then, through the blackness, a strange static filled the sound system, followed by a grainy video feed on the screen. A figure could be seen walking down a darkened hallway, dragging a chair behind him. The camera zoomed in on the man's face, Jon Moxley. The crowd erupted into a mix of shock and disbelief. Jon Moxley was back. But this wasn't just any return. This was something far more dangerous. Moxley's wild eyes and unpredictable energy had always made him one of WWE's most exciting and volatile stars. But now, after years of absence, Moxley was back, and he wasn't coming alone. The return of Roman Reigns. The camera cut to the backstage area, and in the distance, a familiar figure emerged from the shadows. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, was back. The crowd went wild, but it wasn't just the return of Reigns that sent waves of shock through the WWE universe. Reigns walked toward Moxley, who was now standing in the ring, chair in hand. The two men exchanged a cold, calculating stare. And in that moment, the WWE universe realized the truth: Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley were aligned. The two men, who had once been bitter rivals, were now united. They stood together in the ring, a symbol of something new, something dangerous, something that could change the entire landscape of WWE. Roman Reigns raised his microphone, his voice cold and commanding as he addressed the crowd. Roman Reigns, coldly. Tonight, the past is dead. The future is here. Seth Rollins, you may have won your match, but the truth is, you never truly had control. Not when we were around. Not now. This is our show now, and everything you thought you knew about WWE, it's about to change. Moxley stood beside him, nodding in agreement, as if reaffirming every word Reigns said. Jon Moxley. Welcome to the new era. Welcome to chaos. The fallout and what this means for WWE. The return of Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns marked the dawn of a new age in WWE. Their alliance sent shockwaves through the locker room, leaving every superstar on edge. The implications of their return were massive, and the WWE universe could feel it. The power structure was shifting. Seth Rollins, the golden boy who had seemed untouchable for so long, now found himself facing a threat like no other. Not only was he facing the powerful Roman Reigns, who had the entire WWE universe under his thumb in the past, but he was also facing Jon Moxley, a man whose unpredictability could tear through the fabric of WWE itself. As Rollins tried to process the events of Backlash 2025, he found himself more isolated than ever. Paul Heyman, his once trusted ally, was nowhere to be seen. Had Heyman abandoned Rollins, or was there a deeper, more sinister plot at play? Meanwhile, the rest of the WWE locker room could only wonder, who will be the next to challenge Reigns and Moxley? The tag team division, the women's division, and even the mid-card all had their eyes on the new power duo. No one was safe. The rise of Reigns and Moxley could signal the beginning of a new era where chaos reigns supreme, where alliances shift, and where nothing is as it seems. A new era in WWE. Backlash 2025 wasn't just another pay-per-view. It wasn't just a night of thrilling matches and unforgettable moments. It was the start of something much bigger, something much more dangerous. The return of Jon Moxley, alongside Roman Reigns, sent a clear message to the WWE universe: a new era has begun. What happens next? Will Seth Rollins be able to hold on to his World Heavyweight Championship? Can anyone stand up to the might of Moxley and Reigns? Only time will tell. But one thing is for certain, WWE will never be the same again. Stay tuned to Wrestling News CC for more updates on this evolving story. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. WWE is about to enter a new chapter. Welcome to the chaos. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.